Hi, have you ever wondered how to encourage your teen to have good study habits? Well, let me share a few tips with you. I'm Dr. Felicia, and I've been working with teens for over 20 years, especially in the educational realms. One of the things you want to do with study habits is some call it the 3 S's. You want to make sure that they have their stuff in order. That's their books, their paperworks, and their report. Maybe a memo for all the tasks that are expected in school. Then you want to make sure they have a schedule in order so that they study at consistent times. And you also want to make sure that they have a space to study in, so quiet space. You wouldn't want them in the middle of a bunch of kids, maybe a corner of the house, if it's corner of their room or corner of the dining room table. But make sure that when their study time is going on, the house around them is peaceful and quiet. It helps them to focus and concentrate, which is difficult for most teens. You also want to make sure that if you have a teen that studies an exorbitant amount of time, that they get sufficient breaks, maybe give them a power bar, maybe bring them a little snack in between. So you can go to both ends of the spectrum. You want to supervise actively. You want to look at their homework, take an active interest. You want to make sure that you know, and maybe you're on top of some of their big reports, such as when a book report is due, or the semi-finals are coming up, and then, of course, when their finals are coming up. Of course, here in Florida, we have the FCAT, and most schools in different states have a comprehensive test that's taking place. The week that that test takes place, make sure that you have your child prepared with good snacks, rested, and ready for that without too much anxiety. The other way you can also keep in touch with what your child's doing is to know their teachers that they're talking about, go to your parent conferences, take an active stance in what's happening, so when the child complains or makes a statement about something that happened in class, you can relate to what teacher they're talking about. Very important. They work so much harder when they know you're reviewing and supervising with them. If you care, they'll care too. So be right by their side, encourage them, and listen to when they're telling they're frustrated. Obviously, it helps the better the reading skills your child has, the better they're going to be as a teenager student. In order to get that preparation done, you want to start early in childhood, maybe if necessary, get them tutoring so that their reading comes up to par, so that by teen years they're pretty well self-sufficient. So if you keep that in mind, the 3 S's, space, scheduling, and stuff. Make sure that's all in order, and then also make sure you're active in going to PTAs and parent conferences, etc. It helps. Good luck and happy study time. Dr. Felicia.
Nobody ever tells you how hard it's going to be. They tell you about how sweet their baby girl looks when she's sleeping, or how proud they are of their kids. But they never tell you that the stress of being a parent or being responsible for another life is going to test every ounce of strength and courage you have. Of course, any parent will tell you that even the hardest times are worth it, and that they wouldn't give up being a parent for anything. But guess what? Being a parent doesn't have to be stressful if we change the way we think. It's been said by many parenting gurus that we need to change the way we think about parenting. From being responsible for our children to being responsible to our children. What does that mean? It means learning to act rather than react when conflicts with our children arise. It means calming our own stress, asking ourselves what the basis of the conflict really is, and choosing how to act in the situation. Based on our values, not our emotions. It's a crazy and yet simple solution to calming our own stress and anxiety about parenting, in order to be responsible to our children for our own actions. Of course, teaching yourself to act rather than react during conflict is hard. It's hard to learn how to be flexible and how to try a new path. And it's really hard to see yourself in a new light as a teacher responsible to your children.